Greetings to you today. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with Survival Tips Thursdays. I'm just going to run over a list of some survival tips for you to think about that don't cost much money or no money at all, okay? But things just to think about, just in case of emergency, okay? I'm not going to do all of them that I have. I just rotate, okay? So I'll do some, and then I'll stop, and then I'll pick it up, and then I just rotate and just keep going, okay? Because it's important. We all need to be aware of it. I learn stuff every time that I'm reading them. You know, and I have to use stuff like this. I have to use these methods sometimes because the power goes out where I'm at. You know, I live in an area where there's a lot of trees. It's very wooded where I live. And the trees hit the limbs fall off and hit the lines and stuff like that, and our power goes out or whatever, you know. So you gotta, you know, I don't have to use all the methods, but I have had to use a few of them, okay? So they can come in handy. Fire starting, essential for warmth, cooking, and signaling for help. Shelter building, protects from extreme weather conditions, providing a safe place to rest. Everybody should have a little inexpensive tent that you can just carry. Even I have that, and I have a real lightweight. It probably, you know, wouldn't do a lot, but it'll do something, and I can carry it, and it's real lightweight. It's probably less than 5 pounds, and it's small. It's compact in case I gotta hit it, boom, so I can have, you know, it's better than nothing. So you should be thinking of stuff like that. And you can get that kind of stuff on the internet inexpensive. And it's well worth it. God forbid you have to use it. But it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay? In a sleeping bag. And just don't use it unless, you know, just keep it rolled up, you know. And a first aid kit. I just ordered a fresh first aid kit. Just have it and don't need it. I usually, you know, sometimes something comes in handy, you know. I've been places where I had a first aid kit on me out in the city, and some kid got on the train, and he was all scarred up, and I mean, he you know, it was like he was had ran for his life and fell and stuff, you know, because he ran onto the train, you know, and he was all scarred up, so he must have been running for somebody for whatever reason. I don't know. But I happen to have a whole first aid, you know, stuff with me. Gauze, everything, in a little compact, and then had, you know, ointments, and it had, like, the antiseptics to clean the wounds and stuff. And I just gave it, you know, I gave it to him. Before he got off at his stop, he had bandaged up and everything. Another lady had some other stuff, you know. So it could come in handy. I'm not saying that you have to carry them big ones around, you know, but have something. They don't cost that much. It's worth the investment, you know. God forbid you need it. Water purification ensures a safe and reliable source of drinking water, preventing dehydration and illness. Navigation helps you find your way back to safety or to civilization. Everybody should know wherever they're at. They're north from their south and their east from their west, wherever you are. You should know that. If you don't, learn it. Food foraging, identifying edible plants and finding sources of wild food for sustenance, you know. I haven't got to that point yet, but my parents told me a few little tips when I was coming up. If I had to, I could go out there and do it like that. You know, at least I know one, you know, that's plentiful. I know one leaf that's plentiful. I'm not going to say the name. You can just look it up on the internet. I would do that. Yes, I would. And wherever I live, I always try to live close to a lake or a river. You know, I'll try away for a little, you know, I try to be kind of away so I don't have to worry about flooding. But I usually always move where there's water in case I have to fish. I have fishing poles downstairs. You know, I don't use them right now because I don't have somebody to go out there with me. You know, my sons are grown. So certain things I'm not going to do without a male with me. You know, because it could be dangerous. But If I had to, they have city ponds. You know, I would, you know, I don't have a car right now, but I'll catch a metro or get an Uber and go down there and fish. If I had to, or walk. If I had to, I could walk to the lake. I don't even have to go that far. I could just walk to the lake and fish. If I had to, I would. I used to live like that. I used to fish out. I did. We lived like that, but we had other foods and stuff that we added to it. But that was like something that we did for eating, for survival. Hunting and fishing provides sustainable source of protein for long-term survival. I didn't have to trap or anything like that, you know. And trapping allows for passive food procurement when resources are scarce. But if I had to, I could get something because I have, you know, I have a lot of different animals around here, you know, but I wouldn't want to eat them. But I grew up eating squirrel. I did. I didn't like it, but I grew up eating it. Raccoon too. I didn't like it, but I ate it because that's what they had. You know, where I'm from, we ate what our parents put on the table. You didn't have no options. Oh, let's go to McDonald's. Let's go to Burger King. Let's go to wherever. We couldn't do. They didn't really. Burger King just became popular after I got older. But when I was younger, McDonald's was coming up, and everybody loved it. I did, but I couldn't go to McDonald's when I didn't like our dinner at home, because we had to eat from home most of the time. The special times of the week, you know, maybe a Friday night or Saturday. My father, we lived off the land. My father he hunted for all the seasons. I'm not going to keep y'all long. I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to say this to you and then I'm going to cut it down for today. Basic cooking skills. It enables you to safely prepare food over a fire or with limited resources. You know, if you can, go somewhere. Even if you're in a city, go somewhere outside and cook sometimes. You know, have a cookout outside. You know, wherever you're at. Find a place where you can actually cook your food outside. It don't take much for that, to figure that out, how to do that. Just go online and look for some simple ways. You can get a little cheap grill if you can. But if you don't even have to do that, you can figure out something else, you know, wherever you're at, you know. Remember to smile this day anyway and reach out to one person at a time, one person at a time, one person at a time. Okay?